Hello, Virgo. This reading is for you, and I'm using the Ephemer Tarot, and I may use another deck to clarify. So I pre-pulled some cards here for you. Oh, jeez. Okay, so first off, I'm just getting this theme of missed opportunities that just keeps coming up in the cards, and also like tried and true. I'm also getting a sense of like boredom. But to dig into the cards a little bit here, we have the Five of Wands, which came out sideways, which is signifying there's a challenge with this energy, which is funny because this card is literally talking about facing challenges and obstacles. So that came out there. And then to further explain that is Defiance in the reverse, which is the star card in most tarot decks, and Dream in the upright, which is the Magician card. So, with the Magician card coming out here, paired with the Star card in reverse and this Five of Wands, it's giving a vibe of like you're incredibly capable and you know what you're capable of, but you just feel completely uninspired. Also feeling like there are missed opportunities, but mainly the missed opportunities are because you're not interested in engaging in like conflict. Like, you're all about pursuing something that you're interested in, but if it presents conflict, it just immediately doesn't hold weight with you, and you're just turned off by it, and you're not interested in it. And it's like the path of you're interested in taking the path of least resistance, which is smart and practical. Hello, Virgo. That's totally your vibe. But we'll move on from these cards. We'll probably circle back. So the next cards out here, we have the Seven of Wands, which came out in the reverse, and Nemesis that came out in the reverse, which is the Tower in reverse. So the Seven of Wands kind of basically talks about like challenges and opposition again, but it's like you have no interest in defending your position, or more importantly your beliefs or your belief system, to other people, or to like hold it in defiance to like other systems. Like, you just don't have any interest in that. And then to further explain that here is the Nemesis, which is again the Tower card in the reverse. It's just talking about avoiding potential disaster, going with tried and true again, like going with what you know, and what you know, and you know how it works, how to do it, and exactly what to do if something happens that there might be snags. This is again that practicality coming through of not overexerting yourself and not being interested in anything that is like, well, yeah, you can do this, but it's gonna be challenging, and you just don't have the drive to participate in that. Especially when it comes to like a message that you might be trying to put out, because the Magician is all about manifesting. The Magician is the manifester. Like, that's what the Magician should be called. They call it dream. It should be called manifester. Manifester. Anyway. So then we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. And then to further explain that, 2 more cards in the reverse, the 4 of Cups and the King of Cups. So this is cup energy here. This is all about emotions and again, that belief system. So the Ace of Cups in the reverse, kind of, I feel like I'm just getting an energy of just wanting to be left alone. You're like, no news is good news. You'd rather hear no news than hear bad news. Like, just totally disinterested and withdrawn. And the 4 of Cups also touches on that. It's just not being interested in being a part of the group. You know, appreciating what you have, but at the same time acknowledging that you don't have a lot and you're not willing to risk what you have. And the King of Cups here in the reverse, I feel like this is talking about like the type of people that you might be trying to avoid, because this is talking about like a person, but I feel like it's like general. Like, you're not interested in clicking up or like putting any of your energy and efforts into people that are like crude and harsh and like don't have a backbone and they're like just a follower. And impulsive. Like, you just really feeling solo dolo, which, circling back here, the 5 of Wands, you know, usually the 5 of Wands talks about like competition and competing with others, and I feel like that probably explains why it's sideways, because you're like, there are healthy aspects to competition, but it's like you got to know when to pick and choose your battles. And I feel like lately you just feel like you're not interested in any of the options that are available to you as far as like opportunities. And I think that's largely because they're not really opportunities. Yes, it's a doorway you can go through, but it's like an unnecessary step in the direction that you're trying to go into. And I think you intuitively know that, especially with the Dream, aka the Magician, coming out here, because the Magician is very familiar with his environment and knows how to use it to his advantage, to bend to his will. And you are avoiding all the pitfalls. I'm getting like this lonely type of energy though. It's a lonely journey. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, is what I just heard here. Let me just pull a couple more cards for clarification here. Can I get another card? All right, we got Ovation. Came out in the reverse. I'll have to check that one. What about Burn coming out in the reverse? Okay, I think that one was Strength. In the reverse. Yeah, you don't have the willpower for it. Let me see, what about this last set here? Okay. More cup energy, 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Here, okay. Let me just see what this is. What is Ovation? I forget. Ovation. the Sun card in the reverse. And I'm pretty sure burn was strength. Did I miss it? Burn, burn, where are you? Burn, burn, how do you do? Burn. Okay, I'm tired of looking for it. I'm pretty sure it's strength. So, Sun card coming out here with this first group. I'm really getting the vibe of just waiting for this to be done and over with. Just like in this waiting mode, because you got the Magician here, and it's like the Magician knows that he has to work with the elements around him. Like, yes, he can manipulate and maneuver and bend to his will, but he has to work with the ingredients that he has. And it's just like, you know, from this Magician energy that this is not the optimal environment to move forward, to pursue competition. Like, pick and choose your battles. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're picking and choosing your battles, but I feel like this is like on a larger, grander scale. It's just like, I mean, and I say that because there's 3 major arcana cards here. You're just waiting for like the inevitable to unfold. Meanwhile, you're just so over it and so bored. Sun card coming out in the reverse. It's a no. You're like, it's a no for me. Yeah, no, I'm good. Which again reinforces why this challenge card is coming out sideways, and why you're not able to just flow with it and you know, flow with it and make it do what it do. You're sitting this one out, and you're doing so, I don't know how to word this correctly, but you're being wise about it. You're being smart about it. It's not because you have a bad attitude, even though I think others may view it that way, or even you might view it that way. Because it's lonely. It's a lonely place that you're in. But you're not willing to give up your time and energy just to be around people if they're not benefiting you in some way, shape, or form. And by that, I don't mean that you're using them. I just mean that, like, you're not going to choose to be around people that aren't good for you just to be around people, or to do something different. You're not going to do that. Virgo, you have your standards and you're sticking to them. And then with the Strength card coming out in the reverse here with the 7 of Wands and Nemesis, which is the Tower card, both of these in the reverse, there's no need to be strong in this position because you're playing the smart game. You're not playing the brute force game. You're playing I'm getting the image of, like, if you ever did like a double dutch or jump rope, when you jump in, you gotta catch the rhythm. And you gotta jump in when you got that rhythm. It's like you're getting the rhythm of it. And right now the rhythm of it is like really slow, and it's like, is the rope even swinging at this point? Do you even have 2 people to swing the rope so you can jump in for the jump rope, or 2 ropes to do the double dutch, you know? It's just like you're patiently biding your time, waiting for the right opportunity and the right momentum. Synchronicity. That's what yes, synchronicity. Like, the magician in you knows that there's no forcing these kind of things. There's just paying attention and acting when you need to act, and not acting when you don't need to. When there's no need for action, then there's no need for action. You gotta add the right ingredients to the recipe at the right time. So this isn't a time to be strong and to stand your ground and all that good stuff. This is a time to flow. This is a time for acceptance. And right now, that's part of your struggle, is accepting that there's not anything for you to do at this point but to wait. I mean, you can do some things and create some ripples, but from your logical standpoint, you're not really sure if that's what it is that you're looking for. It could be what you're looking for if you're just bored, but there's a lot of things you can do if you're bored, you know? You don't gotta, like, make waves. You could just fucking read a book or something, you know? So the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse with the 5 of Cups in the reverse. Paired with these other ones. Okay. So, like, yep, this is basically just further going in and saying you're fine with being left out in the cold, or it's like you're purposely excluding yourself, and you're okay with that because, you know what you need and you know what you don't need. Like, this is like very, again, I keep hearing practical. Like, you're just really just not coming from a place of like egoic actions or like mindsets. You're just like, yeah, I'm chilling solo dolo. I don't have too many people around me that share my mindset. And I'm really not interested in involving them just to see if they agree with me. Like, I don't need them to agree with me to validate my feelings or validate where I'm at currently in my life. And I have no interest in like compromising my beliefs or my peace to like hang out with people or to like have people around me so I can feel like I'm valid. Like, literally, this is talking about not needing outside validation and you just owning your shit. Okay. Final messages and advice for Virgo. There's the Strength card coming out in the upright. All right, let me keep going here. 4 of Wands. What else? Okay, that just flew out. Shut the front door. Is that the 5 of Pentacles in the upright? On top of the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse here. Okay. So this is part of the reason why you find your strength here with this energy of yes, the Sun card's here in the reverse, but that's not so bad. Like, you know, there's daytime and there's nighttime, and both are needed. And I say that because the Sun's in reverse, so it's like indicative of the nighttime, you know. The true power comes from owning your shit and knowing what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. Not to say that you'll never be capable of it, but just accepting how it is in this now moment. And there are some things that you absolutely have to say no to, especially if it's going to compromise your peace and your mental and what you got going on and the things you're trying to work on. And it's like admitting that and knowing that and making peace with that is a type of strength, and it'll serve you always, because that kind of power comes from within, and that's something that no one can take from you. You can only decide to not be that. And that's why it makes you strong, because it's something that it's humbling, you know? It's like, if you know that you can't do something, right, you're not going to put on a front and pretend like you can and then try to do it just to prove yourself. It's like, yes, you're not necessarily pushing yourself, but it's knowing your boundaries, knowing your limits, and understanding that just because those are your boundaries and those are your limits now doesn't mean that they're always going to be your boundaries and your limits. Just means for right now, this is how it is, and you're good with that. And because you're good with that, it's a quiet strength that it doesn't matter what anyone has to say about it or what anyone else feels about it. You're going to do you, and that's that. And here we have the Four of Wands coming out on top of the Strength card here in the reverse, with the Nemesis in the reverse, which is the Tower card in the reverse, and the Seven of Wands, which kind of looks like a tower, right? They're both in the reverse. It's like the minor arcana with the major arcana, and the Strength card in the reverse, and it's like a mirror opposite of it. It's just like what I literally just said about knowing your limits, knowing your boundaries, and accepting them. And it's a quiet strength that comes within you, and this is where it comes from being stable. Like when you stand your ground and you stand firm and you firmly just feel the earth between your toes, if you're barefoot or whatever, metaphorically speaking, this is stable, this is grounded, this is joy. It's a joy of like knowing that you're good. And it doesn't matter if by other people's accolades you're not doing enough, or you're not being strong enough, or you're not in people's faces like, no, this is how it should be, and this is what I think about this, and blah 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 blah. You're just like sitting back, just like living life and just loving it, and like you, like this is like could give zero fucks vibe, and I fucking love it. I'm just saying. These next cards here coming out again, we have the same thing with the Strength card here that came out in the upright. This time the Five of Pentacles came out in the upright on top of the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. It's almost like a major arcana energy with that. And then the Ace of Wands here. So I feel like this is like reflecting on the lonely part of the journey. because it does take a type of strength to do it alone, and to hold certain beliefs that no one else around you might hold, and you're just like, that's fine if you don't believe that. I don't need you to believe it for me to believe it, you know. I don't need your validation for it to be valid. I don't require anything from you at all. So it is giving a very, like, an energy of feeling isolated, but it's like it's like a temporary thing, because you know the strength that you have, and you know the stability that you have, and it ignites this passion in you to want to continue to do what it is that you're doing. In this particular image, she is hauling something and she's doing her thing, and these guys here are looking pretty unfortunate out in the cold. So she's cold, and she barely has any coverings like they do, and she's all bandaged up. She's got, you know, some wounds also, but she's not sitting there giving up. She's putting in the work, and she's keeping it moving. And it's like, that's the energy that I'm getting here with this. It's like, it's not an easy journey that you're choosing to be on, because you have to know from the inside that what you're doing is meaningful to you, because your opinion is the only one that matters. And you have to know from the inside that the work that you're doing is meaningful to you, because no one else is helping you doing this. And this is igniting this passion in you, which is this Ace of Wands here. And this is like a new beginning of resilience and self-reliance, and knowing how to have very little and like be not only good but like satisfied. It like, again, I'm getting like this humbling energy, this very down to earth energy, this very Virgo energy. So it's a lonely place that I feel Virgo is in, but I feel like Virgo knows that they got this. And the proof is that you're still here and still kicking and still thriving. And you got you like nobody else got you. And it's great when other people got you, but you don't require it. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not an easy place to be in all the time, but sometimes it's pretty freaking cool to be where you're at, because you are so capable with the Magician here. And even though there are times when, you know, it seems gloomy and like doom and gloom, and like you just don't know how you're gonna have the strength to keep going, but somehow you keep fucking going, and somehow you like get your shit together somehow, because you're fucking Virgo. You keep your shit together, you keep that shit organized, because that's part of it's your joy to do so, especially if it's functional and it serves you. And I just think you just got to keep pushing. And because you're going to anyway. Let's face it, you're going to anyway. And follow this passion that you have, and don't let anyone else stand in the way of that. And I feel like you definitely are doing that. You know, the four of Wands here is a card of celebration, and you can't have a celebration without other people, but you're not interested in having a celebration with people that aren't on your level, with people that are fake. You know, you're not interested in being around or dealing with people that are phony. and like not honest with you. You would much rather do it by yourself. And to that, I commend you, Virgo. And keep doing you. Keep doing you, man. Keep doing you, and keep winning. All right, that's my reading for Virgo. I truly hope that resonated and that you got something out of that. And if you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and you won't miss anything that I post. All right, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.